Those are indefinable things. I mean, what made Lucille Ball, what made Jackie Gleason, what made Clark Gable and Greta Garbo and Marilyn Monroe, and Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. There's certain people that just leap off the screen. They don't stay on the screen, they come off the screen. Cronkite came off the screen. Now, if you were going to make the Lowell Thomas story, and 50 actors showed up to play him, and Lowell Thomas was one of them, he's the last guy you'd pick, because he didn't look like Lowell Thomas. Cronkite looks like Walter Cronkite, and Ed Morrow looked like Ed Morrow, and you create a personality, a television personality. I don't know if you do it consciously or subconsciously, but all of a sudden, he becomes part of the times in which we live. And he did.
How do you think Cronkite is more trustworthy than any other anchor or correspondent? What makes the public feel they can trust this individual?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. All I do know is that a television set is really several things. Sometimes it's a theater. Sometimes it's a movie house. Sometimes it's a babysitter. Sometimes it's a newspaper. And sometimes it's a chapel. And at times of great stress, Americans don't go to church. They turn on that television set. And they say to Dan Rather, Peter Jennings, and Tom Brokaw, tell us everything's all right. Assure us. That happened for the first time after the Kennedy assassination, when the country all came together and they held hands and they sat around, not the hearth, but the television set. And they said to Walter Cronkite, Father Cronkite, tell us everything's going to be all right. And he did. And that's when he got kind of he was the calming influence after the Kennedy assassination. Today, when there are moments of, like in Oklahoma City, or Trade Center bombing, the country turns to Father Rather, Father Jennings, and Father Brokaw. Tell us we're all right. Their influence in America is being eroded by CNN, which is wonderful. Once I was speaking up at Harvard, and Mike Diva was up there, who was big in the Reagan White House, and one of the kids said, Mr. Diva, tell us what happens when a crisis breaks out in the world. What happens at the White House? And he said, we turn on CNN. And it becomes, the whole world does that. If right now you heard, guess what, my airplane just hit that, we'd all run and turn on CNN. We all do that. The networks are getting a little better, getting on the air faster, but CNN has been a public service.